and welcome to Cross Crees Reserve. It is round 16 of the Victorian NPLW, and we have the Essendon Royals taking on South Melbourne in what is a battle for second position on the table. Both teams sit equal on 30 points. Only goal difference separates them, with South Melbourne just pipping them for the time being. It is going to be a remarkable game of football ahead of us. Both teams have been performing so well this season. Essendon Royals in their first season in top flight football here in Victoria. And while South Melbourne, they're the defending champions. They won that grand final last year against Bulleen. So we are in for a brilliant afternoon of football. My name is Georgie Rajic, and it's a pleasure joining you here on the NPL YouTube channel. I'll quickly run through the lineups for both teams. For Essendon Royals, in goals, Bethany Mason-Jones. Number 2, Marie Rampol. Number 4, Michaela Djurcic. Number 5, Julia Sardo. Number 6, Danny Marshall. Number 9, Raquel Durales. 11, Ava Karova. 14, Rona Omia. Number 20, Kendra Smith. 23, Tyler J. Blanich. And 24, Audrey Osler. For South Melbourne, number 1, Christina Esposito. 4, their captain, Danielle McAuliffe. 7, Franny Iamano. 8, Isabella Sherwoods. 9, Taylor Christensen. 11, Kiara Horonopoulos. 14, Maisha Westland. 16, Emily Roach. 19, Letitia McKenna. 20, Grace Rapp. And 22, Grace Taranto. No changes from South Melbourne, from the team that drew 1-1 with Bulleen last week. They conceded a goal in the opening minute. Well, and Essendon Royals, there's 2 changes, with Emma Robers unavailable due to personal reasons, and Emily Sutcliffe also dropping to the bench. So Kendra Smith and Marie Rampel coming into their place for the starting 11. And of course, it will be South Melbourne kicking us off in the game this afternoon. It will be a tight battle. Last time that these two sides faced each other, well, the Royals picked up all 3 points, 2-1. They were the victors that day. Consolation goal by Grace Taranto. And South get us on the way. A long ball from McKenna. Rampel straight on it. Ensuing long ball. Well, the chase is on with Durales. First on foot. But we'll go out for a South Melbourne goal kick. Looks like a little bit of a reshuffle in the back line for the Royals as well. Sardo pushed into the centre of defence, and Rampel out wide in the full-back position. Westland to Yamano, and Essendon Royals Junior growing up in the area. Football just being ping-ponged across both teams in the opening minute of play. Long ball. And Oslo was the target, but ended up straight to the feet of Esposito. Marshall, battle. Long ball over the top, and, well, the chase was on for Emily Roach. But Mason Jones first to the ball. Osler speeding the feet of Rapp. High ball in. Sardo heads it back in towards goals, but neither team really able to settle early in this game. Just quick changes of possession. Booted ball long. Rampol just puts it out, and it will be the first corner of the game the way of South Melbourne. Emily Roach looking to take it. She's been phenomenal so far this season for South. 8 goals in 8 games. Great return for this point of the season. Of course, had some playing time with Newcastle Jets and Canberra United back in that 22-23 A-League women's season. Roach standing over the ball. Delivers it high. Christensen was there, but thrown away in the ensuring kick dealt with by Sato. Sato playing a bit more forward than where we've seen her in recent weeks. Roach. Wrap on the ball now, looking for that run of Christensen. But touch evades her in the end. So a fair bit of back and forth play early in this game, but South looking just to be the side dominating possession in their attacking half. Mason Jones just getting rid of some sticks on the ground. It is quite a cold day here in Essendon today. Quite frosty conditions. Georgic just guarding that ball to make sure it'll go out for the goal kick. Sato out wide for Vlanich. The two Western United players just couldn't get that one off. Stood on the ball for a moment. McKenna just holding up play to wait for an option, and there goes the run of Seawards. But again, Royals defensively just standing tall for the meantime, despite the mounting pressure coming from South. McAuliffe tries to turn on the ball, but goes back, and McKenna now with power. Shot blocked immediately. And Major Westland just being a bit of a disruption again. Royals haven't really been able to get the ball out of the defensive half much in this opening minutes of this match. Sewards and Vlanich, two players who would know each other's games pretty well considering the times they've spent out in Calder. Mason Jones just really taking her time here to potentially allow Royals to set up a bit better. They just have been struggling to move that ball forward. South, the high press working really well for them. Now, first foul conceded by Westland. Vlanich. Long ball, just over the head of Doralis, booted up high. Sato pushes out wide for Rampel. Rampel with chop and goals, goes for the shot. Blocked. Iamano. Esposito now getting involved in the game a little bit. Switch up from South. And Rampel's touch just went behind her. Sato just providing a lot of advice to the youngster. Saw a lot in that game last week between South Melbourne and Bulleen. They were just getting caught on this near side flank. A lot of throw-ins. Osler tried to sit down. Skims off the back of the head of Christensen. And Doralis always proving to be a nuisance to centre backs, but South keep hold of possession. Yamano, just got the kick out from Osler. Taranto and Rapp just passing the ball between themselves for the moment. The run from Yamano brings it back in. Rampel again just couldn't fully get the front underneath it, but O'Meara was there. Westland tried to keep play going, but the run was there from Marshall. Rapp spots that run, and again, desperate defending from Marie Rampel. Toronto, flag stayed down, but Mason Jones was there to collect. Yamano concedes the foul on Sato. The two of them were battling for position at West United 2 seasons ago, but now coming up against each other quite a lot in this game. Rambo delivers it centrally. Immediately dealt with by Taranto. Grover. Well, and every time the South tried to bring it out of the area, the Royals just pushed it back in. Eventually, patience will be rewarded with a goal kick. So we'll try and build out from the back. McKenna. South setting up wide. Opportunity again goes begging. So both teams conceded really early in their games last week. Of course, South in that opening minute of play, and then Royals 2 really early goals within 5 minutes before they went down 5-0 to Burundara. So South are currently sitting on a 10-game unbeaten run. The last team that they did lose to were the Royals. So lots to play for in this game. Ball just flashes wide in the end, drops favourably for Christensen. Smith just putting that foot in for some last-ditch defending. And McKenna using her physicality well to push the ball forward, but no South player there for support. Christensen flips it down for McAuliffe. Vinage just yelling at her teammates, you're losing that second ball, you need to stay with your players. So advice being yelled out from the experienced campaigner. Once again selected for that Serbian national side for their upcoming games. Now Vlanic on the ball, going for that run. Out wide to Osler, the leading goal scorer for this Royal side. Doralis, and a routine save for Esposito. But really the first shot on target we've seen in this game. So South, the Royals just able to, when they're taking the opportunities, pushing forward quickly. But South seem to be holding and retaining the majority of the possession in this game as we're still in the opening 15 minutes. Delightful ball delivered to Hermano. Hermano tries to square it for McAuliffe, but just too far flat and behind her. South still pushing forward. Doralis to Sato. Dealt with by Rapp. Grover to Doralis. Smith. Nomia just tried to whip it in, but really only head of Grace Taranto was there. Nomia. Vinage just opting to go long again, and well, the run was on, and then it could be. It just flashes wide. And that was a great opportunity for Raquel Doralis, but again, that's two really attacking chances we've seen for Essendon Royals in the past couple of minutes. They've built their way back into this match. Still sitting at 0-0 after 15, almost 16 minutes of play. Long boot of Vlanic, just over the head of Renopoulos. Roach with the turn, brought down. So South, well, there was some urgency to take it quickly, but in the end, had to start McKenna. Such a physically strong competitor, McKenna, because she can really boot that ball long. Ball from Rapp, just Irmana did well to make the most of it. Going for a run through the centre. Wants to switch up play, but McAuliffe somehow. Well, so much on that boot. Way over the net, but they can turn quickly, especially when you have that goal-scoring threat that is Danielle McAuliffe. Won the Golden Boot in the league 2 seasons ago with Heidelberg. Chance for a handball. Referee Caitlin Williams waves them away. Of course, Caitlin Williams has been the reigning referee of the year the past 2 seasons here in the NPLW. So, you know, massive match today. Second versus third. Bringing in the big guns. Osler. Iamano just gets ahead of Sato to kick it long. Be a throw in. Dealt with by McKenna. Marshall puts it in the air. Sato was almost running the wrong way for a moment. Rampel pressing, crosses it in. Doralis gets a boot to it, but heavy on the touch. Grober keeps her foot in, tries to go through the mass of South Melbourne players. Now the run again is on with McAuliffe. Making it extremely difficult for Marshall. And well, in the end, it'll be a goal kick for the Royals. Well, exciting play, really starting to build up here at Cross Keys. Westland, first of the ball, falls for a Roach, decides to go long and, well, over the bar in the end, but quick little turn and kick from Emily Roach. Grover to no one particular. Wrap. Yeah, to mop it up for South. So it's really getting caught on that wing with all the defensive pressure from the Royals. And Doralis a kick completely smothered by Taranto. Just boots it along, but in the end Mason Jones able to casually collect it. Chronopoulos opts to pass back to Esposito. And Doralis off balance. Yamano to Christensen. Kendra Smith just keeping chase. Lots of chat on the pitch from this Royal side. Build up just halted. Rampage just couldn't control it for the moment. Iamano over the head of McAuliffe. And Mia picks it up. Low delivery. Taranto. Advantage is there. McKenna looking out wide. Again, dealt with by Vlanich. He wants to keep it moving. Long throw. Grover had two defenders on her. Doralis there to try and back her up. It's sandwiched on all angles by South Melbourne. Slip low. Impeding run of Grover really causing some havoc now for the South to bring the ball away from their box. Throw from Planich. Dealt with by Taranto. So it's down in the box, but Royals keep playing on. Omea look for the wide option. Now Roach. Beautiful delivery to Christensen. Takes a touch and then we've seen some periods of quick transition from both teams. But again, really just those 2 shots from the Royals and a couple of off-target long-range attempts from South Melbourne. Comes off the boot of Hronopoulos awkwardly, but Taranto is there to support. Hronopoulos against Grover. Ball from Roach clear out of the way. Goes to Esposito in the end. The return for Christensen went over the head of Yamano, but Sato kicks it, so goes overhead. Again, shouts for a handball, waved away. McKenna has been crucial in building out from the back for South so far. Wrap back to Esposito. Using South looking to use width again. Looks as almost like Christensen has dropped into that full-back position. Iamano now pushing up on the wing. So let's see Iamano on the wing a fair bit last season. This Royal side provides so much vocal support for team members. Down the line was the aim for Grover. South throw in. McKenna. Just off the tip of the boot. Westland almost muscled off the ball there by Marshall. Roach. Somehow manages to sneak through, but the flag is up for the offside against Westland. Almost at that 30-minute mark of this opening half. Scores still gridlocked at 0-0. Proper chances have been far and few between. Just has been the difficulty to break through either side's midfield. Some strong defensive performances so far. McKenna. And well, Mason Jones rises high in the end. Osler, Posado, and well, trying to spot that run from Doralis, but too far, too powerfully hit. Grover keeps it in. Well, she thought she was keeping it in play. McAuliffe. And a heavy clash between Westland and Marshall. Just a quick conversation between Caitlin Williams and Maisha Westland to make sure she's okay. Omia, the goal scorers last time these two sides faced each other. Rample. Execution wasn't as expected to push the ball forward. McKenna, yep, just barraging through the center of the pitch. Still keeping hold of the ball. Out wide to Sewards. Delivered in, and Rample, well, they got there first. Ball still in play somehow. And smart decision from Vinage, just boot it long in the end. Thought it was very nearly about to be a corner for South. Roach. Well, Sewards was hanging out wide, but there's no space with the speed of that ball to cut in on that angle. Rample trying to use some fancy footwork to get past Yamano. Ups the pass back to Djurcic. Another throw in this near side flank. We've seen so much action happen so far in this opening half. South just Royals advancing down the line through a series of throw-ins. Rample delivers it high, brought down by Doralis, but flick overhead. And Sato goes long, and Julia Sato! She opens the scoring here at Cross Keys, and the Essendon Royals are up against the second place South Melbourne. And wow, it's been slowly building for both sides, but Royals just looking that little bit stronger. South Melbourne just haven't been able to bait through the defence, and something out of nothing. Julia Sato. Bit over 10 minutes left to play in this opening half, and now the Royals are up 1-0 at home. Well, they won last time, and opportunity was there for an immediate response. Seward's pushing forward. Well, interesting enough, we haven't seen many clean sheets from South Melbourne this season, really. I have to go all the way back to round 7 for the last time they were able to hold a clean sheet. Of course, still on that 10-game unbeaten run, round 5 back in April, on 20th of April, where they versed Essendon Royals at Lakeside. It was the last time they handed a defeat. But of course, so much left to play in this game. Royals pushing forward again. Shouts from Moore coming out from the south bench. Brought down by Roach. Carl plays her back. And Sato now, Rample now skips past the ball. Marie Rample, all the space in the world in front of her. And dealt with by Letitia McKenna, but there was no pressure on Marie Rample there. She went on that little run. Good delivery into the box. Vlanich White took Rober, played back. Now Vlanich. Taranto. So Royals just coming up after scoring that first goal and wanting to add more to the score sheet this afternoon. It's not too windy here at Cross Keys either. It really feels like a opportunity for them. Low delivery from Grover, the former Calder United captain. And Sato again pushing through. Had to deal with both Christensen and then Iamano, who commits the foul. Make it count, says Beth Mason-Jones. High delivery and opportune and still in play. And just over by Amira. That would have been something. Well, since they scored that first goal, they are hungry, the Royals. First season here in the NPLW, they've really built such a fantastic women's program in the past 10 years. And getting a reward now in this first season in the top flight football in Victoria. Maya also on the ball. Tight fought battle between Hernopoulos and Grover. Managed to well to recover. Sato Dealt with by McKenna. McAuliffe. Westland. And headed forward. Roach. Still just impressive the way that she's able to keep a hold of this ball. Roach. So it's back to Westland. Wrong direction of the run by Sewards in the end. What's a sneaky flick instead and brings down McKenna. It's a hard surface here at Cross Keys as well. Kind of just taking her time to get up. Really crucial cog in the South Melbourne squad the past 2 years. Of course, also plays with Melbourne City in the Liberty A-League. Made it onto the pitch in that grand final a couple of months back. McKenna. High. Christensen in the air. Rampel. Again, she's really had a couple of shaky moments early in the game, but has built into it throughout the half. Djurdjic heads it away. Just aerial football at play. And headed backwards by Marshall in the corner now. I haven't seen too many of them in this half. Roach to take. And bumbled into the back of the net. And Taylor Christensen, well, she'll claim the chocolates this afternoon. Lots of hugs all around. South Melbourne have managed to level it up with minutes to go in this opening half.
On South Melbourne FC, goal scored by number 9, Taylor Christensen.
Well, Taylor Christensen, she scored so many goals last season for South Melbourne. Of course, won the player of the match in the grand final, was the rising star as well. 11 goals last season. That was her 6th of the campaign so far. A true magician in the South Melbourne attack line. So the lead was really only held for 8 minutes by the Royals. And defending champions found their way back into the game. But now the Royals, well, they looked dangerous after they scored that first goal. Of course, we'll be pushing to try and get that lead back before that halftime whistle blows. Flanich. And Sato. Heavy off the boot, wide. But an immediate response from the Royals nonetheless. The Western United Stars linking up. Iamano. Dealt with by Josic. Final minute of regulation time to play in this first half. Chase was on. Gruber. So much closing foot speed, but South able to deal with it. McKenna on the turn. And dangerous ball to Julia Sardo. Again, dealt with by McKenna. No time to punish the mistake there from the Royals. Amia. Somehow to the feet of Durala. She keeps a hold. Royals hits the ground, but no whistle. Play continues. Roach to Christensen. Acres of space in front of her. Cuts it inside from distance, low, but no trouble to Mason Jones. Well, the end of regulation time here. Christensen. And just off the boot of Josic. McKenna. Crucial cog for South Melbourne. Sato again. Deliver that ball to Riles and goes through her own feet. And while Caitlin Williams blows the whistle at the end of a tumultuous first half, lots happening towards the end. It was in a deadlock for the opening 35 minutes until Julia Sato found a way. And then, of course, South Melbourne responded in the 43rd minute. That corner from Roach headed in by Christensen. And while we enter those halftime sheds, 1-1. We'll be back right after this halftime break. Well, it was a scrappy first half, but goals to Julia Sardo for the Royals and then to Tyler Christensen for South Melbourne. Proved to be the difference at the moment. The scores are locked at 1-1 after the opening half. Osler getting us started for the second half. Royals looking ready to go and some frenetic energy to get started. Djuricic scoops it to the center. Smith. And Julia Sardo with a flying almost karate kick out the sideline. Smith to Grover. Acres of space in front of her. Out to Osler. But almost stops in her run. Allows the South defenders to bring the ball back into play and dealt with immediately. Royals have started strong. So much volume from the Royals players. Omea. Little flick on from Doralis. Ball squared and Osler. Back Doralis now. Raquel Doralis. Just not enough behind in the end. Esposito with a routine save, but Royals really building quickly and not letting South get out of their half at all. And some fancy footwork goes astray from Ava Grover. Smith finds Sardo. Oh, and the ball's still on there for Grover. And goes behind the legs of Esposito, and that really could have been disastrous for South Melbourne. Frosty conditions and this pitch doing no favours to the South Melbourne goalkeeper. Grover tried to keep it in play, but in the end, another South throw. Volume from Wayne is just causing confusion, even though she's nowhere near where that throw-in was taken. Sardo with another delightful intercept. Keeps pushing on. Wraps there to support Westland. Franny Yamato on the run. Coming up against her junior side. That with by Taranto. Lovely switch that ball to Sewards, but first touch was too heavy. break in plays. Vantage was just redoing. Her shoelaces. Vantage on the run. Headed away by Taranto. Roach saw the run, tried to hold up play, to wait for some support, switched it up, but over the head of Christensen. That first 2 minutes, Royals were all over it, looking to start this second half off with a bang, but South now building back in. Bosley, sandwich between Chronopoulos, coming up chops in the and the feet of Chronopoulos clipped by Osler. Omea. Smith out wide to Rample. Little flick on. Touch has just been heavy for Osler today. Smith designed to go long. Well, given that ball that was dropped by Esposito, the Royals are just thinking, why not have a crack at it from distance? Mia to Smith. Marshall. Danielle McAuliffe just saying the intensity needs to be lifted from her teammates. Dorales, but just not enough behind it. Shouts have just hit it from Vince Battiato, the Royals coach. Westland lays it off for Romano. Rample just giving chase, shoulder to shoulder. Quick decision from Smith to play it on, but just the execution wasn't there. And it looks like we're going to have our first substitution of the afternoon. So Bella Seward's coming off and Georgia Candelas coming on. Letitia McKenna coming off, rather. Just Seward's getting the call to go back and drop into that space that McKenna was holding. But McKenna really has been one of the standout performers for South so far
number 19,
this evening.
McKenna being replaced by number 10, Georgia Candelas.
But she did have that really heavy knock towards the end of that first half, so thought it might be just precautionary measures there. I can see she's immediately taken off that left shin guard and looking to put some movement into that left foot. So potentially just a precautionary move there to take her off at that 53rd minute mark. Candilas now getting involved. South Melbourne Junior come through the ranks, getting consistently more senior minutes in the past 2 seasons. South pushing forward. Delightful touch from Roach. He's got great technical ability. Osler and Westland just really trying to stymie the attack. Royals retain possession. Now Sato, what can she do with the ball here? She's been a bit of a magician this evening, but the ongoing ball from Smith and the follow-up play just wasn't where it should have been. This really is a game between two sides fighting for that second position, but as it stands, well, South will just pip the Royals. 9 they're up on goal difference. Of course, that 5-0 thrashing that the Royals received in the hands of Burundara last week, and Korea Kino having an absolute day out. Probably does not help that goal difference. Roach. Just interesting at moments under pressure. Rampel just tends to give away mistakes. Been really good when she's taken the time and then able to execute the pass, but she keeps getting stuck under these small little moments of pressure to try and boot the ball long. Just comes off the boot awkwardly. Ball headed directly into space where Smith was, and it read well by Taranto. And again, these little changes of possession. Back and forth. Osler lays it off for Doralis, and it goes just wide. But that was better build-up play from the Royals. A second goal goes begging. Sato. Switch up ball. Ternopoulos. Fondalis get well to get a foot there first, but Royals were just too strong in the follow-up. Westland keen to get the ball moving. Foul conceded for a push in the back, so again, the Royals really keeping up that possession stat. Vinic calling for Sato to come in a little bit. Wonder if we can see Osler. Has a bit of contact, still goes for it. Tried to one at the foot, immediately blocked by Rapp. And Smith just really tugging at the shirt of Danielle McAuliffe. And Roach from distance, curling effort, just over the bar. Could have been an absolutely delightful goal. Mason Jones just sitting down for the moment, just a bit slow to get up. We've gone past that hour mark now. Still locked at 1-1 between the Royals and South Melbourne. Candelas doing well to track back. Smith goes under the feet of Grover. So they're throwing for South Melbourne really deep in their own half. Marshall, Tomia, Hall got lost underneath her feet. South Melbourne now through Romano, building on that far side flank. Christensen with the turn, but just getting stuck. Westland, dealt with by Josic. Blanage decided to go for a run for it. Well, free kick, foul conceded. Interesting to see what the Royals choose to do here. Plenty of room for the Royals to run into that 6-yard box. Grover with the fake. Flanage. Great delivery. And Grover there with the follow-up. Again, balls in play in wrap. And ping-ponging around in the box. In the end, Esposito gets two hands to it. And danger averted for South Melbourne. Will they strike on the counter? Brought a little moment, brought to an end by the Royals captain in Michaela Jurich. Another free kick. We've seen them, a couple of them in the past minute, but haven't seen too many throughout the course of the game so far. No yellow cards been dispatched. Ball over the top of Mia there for the run, as Osler goes to avoid colliding with Esposito and dove onto the ball. Shouts for a handball, but between, again, it's been feisty between Sato and Umano most evening, and that, well, like a little bit of a lash out. Oh yeah, Umano conceded the ramp out. My apologies. Sato over the ball now. Long delivery. The header was on, but from Doralis, but read easily by Esposito. Doralis. Dealt with by Rapp. Westland. Pinpoint delivery, but in the end couldn't control it. And the flag is up for offside against Osler. Well, as it stands, South will continue that 10-game unbeaten run. Well, after the loss to the Royals last week against Burundara, potentially just an important draw in the context of the season, but haven't been able to really still stamp their mark. And that will see the first yellow card of the game go to Chiara Hernopoulos. And very heavy challenge on Ava Grober. Immediately went over to apologise. I've seen now 3 hours happen roughly at the same point on just on either side of the pitch. Fair way out, fairly wide. Seeing Valenic take them on the left side and Sato take them on the right. High ball in. Oh, Durala's got her feet to it, but directly at Esposito. Christensen. Rambled. Well, Royals doing well to keep possession and South throwing everything they can. Foul conceded by Christensen. Under 20 minutes of play of regulation time. Looks like potentially we'll see some substitutions for the Royals coming up. Sato boots it long. And now we will see those first substitutions for the Royals for the afternoon. So Marie Rampel coming off and Olivia Ristovetsky coming on. And Emily Sutcliffe coming on and Raquel Dorales coming off. So some changes both in defence and in attack. Emily Sutcliffe been playing so many minutes for this Royal side since making the move, but now Roach is on with acres of space, just not enough behind it to really cause any damage. Sutcliffe getting involved early since coming on the pitch. And now Ristovetsky. It's like to see Sato drop back into that back line with Rampel off. These changes being made. Ristovetsky still just so young, still a teenager, playing a fair bit of minutes as well in the under-20s. Sutcliffe from distance. Shouts from Vince Battiato to slot it through. Audrey is there, so that final killer ball just not serving for the Royals so far in this match. And yeah, Mano. It's been a tough afternoon so far for both coaches. Still locked in this deadlock. And the volume has just increased exponentially. And the flag was up against McAuliffe. McAuliffe on the run. Delivered in. Christensen was there for the run, but Mason Jones able to pick it out of the air. Clash between Renopoulos and immediately grabs the throat. It's involved in two heavy clashes in the second half. Of course, was also so far the only recipient of a yellow card in this match. Well, Fizier's been waved away, so just taking a moment to get her breath back. Ball stays in play. Will be a free kick for South, right? And it seems to be, again, building. This is, of course, a very important clash in the context of the season. We are in round 16. Only 22 home and away rounds, so really not that long to go before the final series. Roach headed away from by Djuricic. And now Grover pushes it past Stewards. Esposito comes out to just clear it away. acres of room for Grover to run into. And the ball goes, still somehow remains in play. Ball delivered to Osler. Tries to square it for Vinage coming in behind. Saveski back to Marshall. Vinage wants to bring it down. And the touch from Saveski just heavy into the legs of Vinage. Smith from distance and flashes wide. So all that build up in the end results in a goal kick for South Melbourne. Christensen drifting out wide. Involved Seward to get involved. Then pushed directly into the feet of Sutcliffe. So now Grover tries to dance past the South defenders. But again, South Melbourne gain possession. They lose possession not far behind it. And Royals just seemingly on their backs for every possible ball. This press doing them wonders. Smith. What's up? Roach. Always looks so patient on the ball. Seemingly finds space and time out of nowhere. Candilis runs into Rivziski. Candilis now one-on-one. And well, Mason Jones came out for that. But just a squandered opportunity for South Melbourne. Scores still stand at 1-1. And Taranto just running off the back of Audrey Osler. Of course, the recap, if you've been here, who goals we've seen so far were in that first half. Julia Sato broke the deadlock in the 34th minute, and then Tyler Christensen off a delightful corner from Emily Roach in the 43rd minute to level up the pegging. Bunch on the chase. You to leave the ball. Powerful throw behind her. Just rattling off the South defenders. And now Mason Jones so far out. And just barreled into Christensen. And well, somehow the Royals come out of that unscathed. It's been a couple of moments now in the second half where you just really don't know what's going to happen next. Oh, Roach is on the ground and seems to be really struggling. A call for the physio immediately. Well, Danielle McAuliffe has come up to Caitlin Williams and just said the referee needs to take control of the game because it's getting a bit tumultuous out there, but Roach seemingly on her feet. So after all of that, it's a goal kick for South Melbourne. Well, and Roach gets a yellow card because she wasn't appropriately on, tried to take that throw. So everything happening here in the final 10 minutes of regulation play. Goes out wide. Tiamano managed to break through. Passato. Christensen tried to flick it behind us for McAuliffe to come swooping in. And then Candelas just gets, Misha Westland gets stuck on her feet in the pitch. Now, long ball over the top, and the run is there for Vlainich. Vlainich holds up time, cuts inside. From distance, the run was there from Grove, and she just the wrong direction. Almost tried to shy away from the power of that ball coming towards her. Well, it really doesn't feel like this game is going to end on the scoreline we're seeing now. Feels like there's still plenty more left in it. Both teams desperate. And really, this ball is just not really many opportunities for South. It seems like the Royals really strong defensively, but who knows? Something out of nothing could just break through at any moment for either team. So it's Christensen just couldn't control. Yeah, Iamano damaging down the wing. Confusion of where that ball was meant to go and who it was meant to go to. And Marshall just shepherding towards Mason Jones. It's an important breather here for both teams, even though it's still so cold here in Essendon today. And Roach manages use her body well to win that contest, and McAuliffe off balance on the spin, kicks it, but not really a damaging opportunity for South. Confusion on whose ball it was, and somehow Audrey Osler was the play that got there first. And well, we saw South score off a corner down this end in the first half. What will the Royals do here? Grover standing over the ball. Vlainich just flashes past Sutcliffe. And just pickpocketed away by Emily Roach, and she's on the run. Risavetsky getting involved, but pass into the path of Taranto. And Roach is being held back by Sutcliffe, and well, plenty being said on and off the pitch at the moment. This has been a game so vocal by all in attendance. Grover to Vlanic, who's just been drifting up. And now Osler and wide. Esposito came out, trying to smother that ball from Vlanic, and also in the play, it looks like, again, Hronopoulos. Well, she's been involved in so much in this second half. But again, another opportunity there. Goes begging. Somehow, Audrey Osler. And then Vlanic. Right spot. Just couldn't execute the delivery. And everyone's hands on the balcony here at Cross Keys went up in the air. Krzyzewski heads it down for Vlanic, who turns and boots it long, but there was no one in support. This game's been a hard-fought battle between these two sides. Can see why they are in these positions on the ladder. Hronopoulos. Clendilis. Roach. Out wide to Candilis. Into Marshall. Just trying to guide a header out of danger's way before Krzyzewski just puts the boot through it. Niamano done so well in that left fullback position this afternoon.
Well done, Jules.
Met by Sato. Osler. Christensen getting involved in defensive work. Seward's on the ground trying to keep it away. Osler just on the edge of the 18-yard box. Being drawn out by Taranto, who does so well. It looks like Kendra Smith's on the ground with a cramp, and play continues on. Roach keeps it in. Well, and it'll be a throw for South. No options presenting forward for Roach, and then opts to give the ball to Yamano, but referee Caitlin Williams was like, not correct position from where Roach had the ball before. And after that, the flag is off for offside. So, end of regulation time, 5 minutes to play in this game. So 5 minutes to potentially decide a victor in this match. Plenty in it. Yamano on the move to keep things rolling. Sato gets chopped down by McAuliffe. Powerful header from Yamano. Again, that table tennis football, Roach does well. And Mia and Candilis. First touch let her down, but keeps a hold of possession. Candilis getting pushed out wide. Rita Silveski right on her. Now, Chronopoulos. And then, from distance, Isabella Seawards. Wide. Still plenty left in this game. Both teams desperate to take home the 3 points. Royals go back to winning ways. South Melbourne to even the ledger. Over the top. Wrap back to her keeper. Impending danger from the Royals attackers and Blanich. Forward. Squares it up. Almost into the back of her own neck from Wrap, but somehow South Melbourne get out of that unscathed. Great defending in the end. Looks like it'll be a late sub. So Ava Grober coming off. And looks like Mia Lantieri Bartley coming on.
Royals coming off number 11, Ava Grover, being replaced by number 15.
So a defensive substitution. The former Alamein player played 5 games at Alamein early in the season before making the move across to the Royals. And just wrong-footed for Blanich there. Renopoulos. Long throw of Blanich. Osler really stuck in that battle with all the defenders that come our way. So Royals throw in. McAuliffe keeps it in play down the line. It will be a Royals throw. Great defending from their captain, Michaela Jurcic. Kristovetsky, she's in no rush. Straight to Candilis. But Sutcliffe does well. Chronopoulos spotted the run of Christensen but couldn't get through the Royals defenders. Ball ping-ponging around. Candilis lets it bounce a few times. Roach. No, Seawards. Out to Candilis. In the end, the ball goes out deep in the half. Well, final seconds remain. We're approaching that 5-minute mark of time added on. Westland. Shirt was being tugged by Mia. Potentially this could be the final play of the game. Taranto standing over the ball for South Melbourne. Long delivery. And Caitlin Williams blows the whistle, and it ends with Essendon Royals 1, South Melbourne 1. South Melbourne able to extend that unbeaten streak to 11 games. And while the Royals, they got one up on South Melbourne in the return fixture back in April, but they couldn't get the job done at home today. It was a tightly fought match between the two sides contesting for second on the table. And nothing could separate them this afternoon. Goals to Julia Sardo for the Royals in the 34th minute. And then for Taylor Christensen for South Melbourne in the 43rd. That was an interesting display of football, scrappy at times, really hard-fought conditions here. Players getting stuck in the pitch at times at Cross Keys, but in the end, nothing could separate the two sides. My name has been Georgia Rajic. It's been a pleasure joining you here on NPL's YouTube page. Of course, plenty more football to come and plenty more of the NPLW still to play for this round. We'll catch you very shortly.